The White House and the president himself have been in touch with lawmakers all weekend long to get this bill passed.
White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt speaking today about President Trump's so-called Big Beautiful Bill. The president is pressuring his party to send the spending package to him to sign by the 4th of July. Cronkite News reporter Maria Loiseau is with us from Washington. Maria, give us a rundown. What happened this weekend?
This is President Trump's domestic policy mega bill, nearly 1,000 pages. Among the big things that this bill would do would be to increase the debt ceiling to $5 trillion and extend the 2017 tax cuts. Senate Republicans rewrote key parts of this bill, and then the parliamentarian threw them a curveball by stripping major cuts to Medicaid. That was good news for rural hospitals in Arizona, but for Republicans, it left them scrambling to find other spending cuts. Democrats are very unhappy about the proposed cuts to food stamps, Medicaid, taxes on billionaires, and spending for clean energy. They forced the clerks to read the entire bill, which took nearly 16 hours.
We are debating a budget that gives another round of tax cuts to billionaires and giant corporations on the backs of everyday Americans.
What provisions should people in Arizona keep an eye on?
There are two major provisions that Arizonans should keep their eye on. The first being the Radiation Exposure Compensation Act and the Public Land Sale Proposal. RECA is a program that has been around for decades. It compensates uranium workers and people who lived downwind of nuclear bomb tests, and it expired last year. The bill would bring the program back to life. One thing that didn't make it was Utah Senator Mike Lee's provision allowing the sale of public lands, including landmarks like Sabino Canyon in Tucson.
What else are you watching out for?
The Senate began marathon voting earlier today on amendments. We could see a final vote later tonight, and the House plans to come back to D.C. on Wednesday to finalize the bill. A few amendments we're keeping our eye on is one that would reduce Medicaid spending by $313 billion on top of the already $930 billion. Something else that we're looking at is senators will debate whether or not to let the 2017 tax breaks continue. Finally, a $50 billion aid for rural hospitals, doubling the already $25 billion expected in the bill.
Thank you, Maria Loiseau from Cronkite News in Washington.